While everyone debates whether Harley-Davidson can survive today's market, what if I told you Indian Motorcycle just delivered a death blow that will end Milwaukee forever? What they just announced is a precision-engineered assassination of 121 years of Harley dominance, and the fallout will be absolutely catastrophic. Let's start with Chapter 1, the shocking announcement created by Tyler Hubbard. This is the motorcycle equivalent of a beautiful assassin who volunteers at charity events while secretly planning the systematic destruction of everything Harley pretends to represent. Indian's custom Chieftain Power Plus for Tyler Hubbard has the personality of a smiling sociopath who sends love letters written in high-octane fuel while sharpening performance upgrades in the basement and plotting the complete annihilation of Milwaukee's outdated philosophy. This 1,834cc V-twin enhanced with Forever Rad's exclusive Santoro engine bolt. Chacho Kit delivered 120-plus horsepower through AE that weighs 750 pounds wet, but the power delivery has the personality of a landmine with abandonment issues and a PhD in applied violence. The custom Chieftain doesn't just accelerate, it detonates, launching Harley's reputation into the stratosphere with the enthusiasm of someone who genuinely enjoys watching Milwaukee executives question their life choices and mortality rates while updating their resumes for careers in safer industries like bomb disposal. The partnership with Forever Rad represents everything Harley has failed to understand about modern motorcycle culture: collaboration with the best, innovation without compromise, and building bikes that actually perform as well as they look, instead of relying on heritage marketing and false promises wrapped in chrome and desperation. Kyle Birch and his team didn't just modify a bike, they completely rebuilt it from the ground up, creating what might be the most advanced American touring motorcycle ever built, while Harley's engineers are still trying to figure out how to make their oil leaks look intentional. But that's just the opening salvo in Indian's all-out assault on Milwaukee. Wait until you see the suspension technology they've unleashed that makes Harley's engineering department look like they're still using stone tools. Chapter 2. The Suspension of Superiority Massacre. The fully adjustable Big Bear front cartridges have the personality of a quantum physicist who got tired of theoretical work and decided to build a practical demonstration of what happens when you weaponize the fundamental forces of motorcycle dynamics. This suspension doesn't just absorb bumps, it tears holes in the fabric of Harley's outdated technology while laughing maniacally at their feeble attempts to maintain relevance in a world that's moved beyond their antiquated understanding of what motorcycles should be. These black DLC-coated fork tubes with remote preload, compression, and rebound adjustability delivered handling precision that had the personality of concentrated perfection, with homicidal intentions toward Harley's antiquated systems. The Big Bear setup has the personality of someone who looks at Harley's basic suspension and says those are adorable suggestions for people who lack imagination and proper death wishes. The 43mm inverted forks offer compression and rebound damping that can be tuned for any riding condition, from track days to cross-country touring, while Harley's conventional forks feel like they were designed by people who think suspension adjustment means adding more air to the tires. The rear shock with remote reservoir and full adjustability gives riders control over their destiny in ways that Harley's basic rear suspension can't even comprehend, let alone replicate. It's like comparing a Formula One car to a shopping cart. Both have wheels, but that's where the similarities end and the humiliation begins for Milwaukee's engineering department. The suspension can be adjusted for everything from aggressive canyon carving to comfortable cross-country touring, proving that you don't have to choose between performance and comfort when you're working with engineers who actually understand physics instead of just marketing slogans. But if you think that technological superiority is devastating, hold on to your helmet because Indian just dropped another bombshell that's making Harley's power plants look like they belong in a museum of mechanical failures. Chapter 3. The Performance Annihilation Making Harley Cry. The S&S Stealth intake with custom billet Forever Rad cover paired with a one-off stainless 2-in-1 HPI exhaust system has the personality of a master craftsman who specializes in making Harley's entire touring lineup look like antique lawnmower engines with delusions of grandeur. This isn't just an engine upgrade. It's a complete power plant revolution that makes grown Harley executives write farewell letters to their shareholders while questioning their life choices and wondering if they should have stayed in the bicycle business. This exhaust system produces more power than Harley's entire touring lineup, combined while maintaining the composure of a Zen master and the killing efficiency of a honey badger with a PhD in applied motorcycle domination. The HPI system approaches every straight like a siren approaching a sailor, with beauty, grace, and the absolute certainty that Harley's about to become another casualty statistic in the great motorcycle war of 2025. The power delivery is smooth, predictable, and devastating. Everything Harley's engines pretend to be but fail to deliver. While Harley riders deal with power curves that feel like they were designed by people who hate motorcycles and love disappointing their customers, Indian's enhanced power plant delivers consistent, reliable performance that makes riding a joy instead of a constant negotiation with mechanical inadequacy. The enhanced 1834 cubic centimeter engine doesn't just make power, it makes a statement that American engineering can still compete with the best in the world when it's not hampered by corporate bureaucracy and accountants who think innovation is too expensive. But just wait, because there's another crushing blow that Indian has delivered that's making safety experts weep tears of joy, while Harley's braking systems file for bankruptcy protection. Chapter 4. The Braking System Brutality. The Brembo brake setup has the personality of a professional hitman who moonlights as a torture specialist, combining surgical precision with sadistic efficiency in ways that make Harley's basic braking systems file restraining orders and consider therapy sessions. These brakes don't just stop the bike. They could halt a charging rhinoceros or bring a runaway freight train to a complete stop, while Harley's mushy calipers require the stopping distance of a loaded cargo ship navigating through molasses during a blizzard. The dual floating discs with radial mount 4-piston calipers delivered stopping power that had the personality of weaponized physics, with a personal vendetta against Harley's antiquated braking technology. The Brembo system has the personality of someone who reads technical manuals for fun and could probably calculate the exact trajectory needed to launch Harley's market share into orbit while explaining the physics of their impending financial doom. These 320mm floating discs up front deliver stopping power that makes Harley's 300mm conventional discs look like they were designed for bicycles, not motorcycles. The difference in braking performance is so dramatic, it's like comparing a modern fighter jet to a paper airplane. Both can fly, but only one was designed by people who understand aerodynamics and the fundamental laws of physics. The radial mount calipers provide better feel, more consistent performance, and the kind of stopping power that makes emergency braking situations feel like controlled demonstrations of superior engineering instead of desperate prayers to the motorcycle gods. But that's not even the most blinding revelation in Indian's arsenal. They've just unleashed lighting technology that makes Harley's illumination systems look like they're powered by dying fireflies. Chapter 5. The Lighting Apocalypse. The Baja Designs LP6 lighting system has the personality of a mad scientist who looked at the concept of adequate visibility and said that sounds like someone else's problem before building something that produces 11,700 lumens and makes jet engines feel inadequate about their commitment to human retinal destruction. This isn't just lighting, it's a physics experiment that someone taught to hate darkness and love the taste of Harley's technological inadequacy. This lighting system doesn't just illuminate the road, it redefines the relationship between rider and reality, while laughing maniacally at Harley's basic LED headlights that struggle to illuminate the pavement ahead, let alone inspire confidence or make you feel like you're riding into the future instead of the past. The LP6 system is brighter than most car headlights and could probably be seen from space, while Harley's lighting makes you feel like you're riding with a flashlight duct taped to the handlebars. Night riding becomes a completely different experience when you can actually see where you're going instead of hoping for the best and praying that whatever's ahead isn't too dangerous. Indian understands that visibility is a safety issue, not a luxury feature, while Harley treats adequate lighting like an expensive option that most riders don't really need. The difference is so dramatic that Indian riders can see road hazards, wildlife, and other vehicles from distances that would make Harley riders think they're experiencing supernatural visions or alien encounters. The power consumption is so efficient, it makes Tesla engineers weep with envy, drawing minimal electrical load while producing maximum illumination, proving that you don't need to choose between performance and efficiency when you're working with people who understand electrical engineering instead of just chrome polishing techniques. Meanwhile, Harley's lighting upgrades require electrical system modifications that would make NASA's mission control team nervous about system reliability. The durability testing reads like a torture manual for photons. These lights have survived everything from Arctic expeditions to desert racing, from torrential downpours to sandstorms that would strip paint off a battleship. They're sealed, waterproof, shockproof, and probably capable of surviving a nuclear apocalypse while Harley's stock lighting fails if you look at it wrong or ride through a puddle deeper than a teacup. But hold on, there's yet another devastating strike that Indian has launched against Milwaukee's aesthetic sensibilities that's making design schools use Harley as an example of what never to do. Chapter 6. The beauty that killed every Harley design. The Cerakoted SMT Retro Series wheels have the personality of a Renaissance assassin who creates art through the medium of beautiful violence and isn't afraid to express their emotions through the systematic destruction of Harley's outdated styling philosophy. These wheels don't just roll, they create masterpieces of terror, inspire nightmares in Milwaukee's design department, and make you question everything you thought you knew about the relationship between beauty and mechanical domination. The carbon fiber fenders lighter than politician promises combined with Krauss handlebars and risers, engineered for perfect ergonomics delivered styling that had the personality of concentrated elegance with artistic pretensions and a master's degree in applied Harley humiliation. The aesthetic package has the personality of someone who creates art for the sake of perfection, while specializing in making Harley's chrome-obsessed designers question their commitment to continued employment. Every component has been chosen not just for performance, but for visual impact, creating a cohesive design that looks like it was crafted by artists who understand that form and function don't have to be mutually exclusive concepts. While Harley's design philosophy seems to be add more chrome and hope for the best, Indian's approach is sophisticated, intentional, and devastatingly effective. The Metzeler Marathon 888 tires grip like a desperate X while looking absolutely stunning, proving that you don't have to choose between performance and aesthetics when you're working with people who actually understand motorcycle design, instead of just slapping badges on outdated platforms. The attention to detail is so obsessive that every bolt, every coating, every color choice was intentional, creating a machine that looks as good standing still as it does carving through mountain passes at velocities that would make Harley riders question their life insurance policies. But here's an even bigger nail that Indian is hammering into Harley's coffin. They've created ergonomic perfection that makes Milwaukee's touring bikes feel like they were designed by medieval torture specialists with degrees in human suffering. Chapter 7. Harley's final blow. The Saddleman signature seat has the personality of a master craftsman who got tired of Harley riders needing chiropractors after 20-minute rides and decided to build something that actually lets you tour without requiring medical intervention and physical therapy sessions. This seat doesn't just support you, it transcends, reaching levels of ergonomic enlightenment that make Harley's torture devices feel like they're still studying basic techniques for human comfort elimination. The riding position has been scientifically engineered for maximum comfort during long-distance touring, with handlebars positioned to reduce wrist strain and foot controls, adjustable for riders of different heights, creating an ergonomic experience that had the personality of concentrated comfort with homicidal intentions toward Harley's medieval seating philosophy. While Harley riders spend their time Googling motorcycle seat cushions and back pain relief, Indian riders are actually enjoying their rides instead of enduring them. The difference in comfort is so dramatic that it's like comparing a luxury recliner to a park bench covered in thumbtacks. Both will hold your weight, but only one was designed by people who care about human comfort. The ergonomics are so superior that riders can actually complete cross-country tours without requiring massage therapy, pain medication, or contemplating amputation as a viable solution to chronic discomfort. But there's one more devastating blow that Indian has delivered that's making cultural analysts declare the end of Harley's relevance in modern America. Chapter 8. The Cultural Domination. Tyler Hubbard represents everything Harley has lost: cultural relevance, youth appeal, and genuine excitement about motorcycles. While Harley's celebrity endorsements consist of aging rockers trying to relive their glory days, Indian is connecting with stars who actually matter in 2025, who have massive followings, and who represent the energy and excitement that motorcycling should embody instead of the retirement home energy that Harley has embraced. This follows their previous build for Ryan Sheckler, proving that Indian isn't just building bikes, they're building a cultural revolution that's leaving Harley in the dust like a relic from a bygone era when chrome was king and performance was optional. The social media response has been absolutely explosive, with millions of views and thousands of comments from excited riders who are losing their minds with excitement, while Harley's posts get polite likes from their aging fan base and comments about how things were better in the old days. But there's still one more crushing revelation that's making financial analysts predict the complete collapse of Harley's business model. Chapter 9. The Final Execution. Indian's announcement revealed components that are proven and bulletproof. S&S intake systems that have powered countless race wins and set speed records. HPI exhaust technology that's been tested in the most demanding conditions imaginable. Big Bear suspension that's trusted by professional racers who bet their lives on performance. And Brembo brakes that stop supercars at 200+ miles per hour without breaking a sweat. These aren't experimental components. They're battle-tested technologies that have proven themselves in the real world, where failure means more than just disappointment. Meanwhile, Harley riders deal with oil leaks that would make the Exxon Valdez jealous, electrical gremlins that would confuse NASA engineers, transmission failures that happen more often than politicians lie, and engine problems so common they should come with their own support groups and therapy sessions. Indian owners are out riding cross-country, exploring mountain passes, and living their dreams, while Harley owners are Googling motorcycle mechanics near me for the third time this month and wondering if they should have bought a Honda instead. The difference in reliability is so dramatic that Indian service departments actually make money from routine maintenance instead of emergency repairs, while Harley's service bays are busier than trauma centers during a natural disaster. It's the difference between owning a motorcycle and being owned by one, between riding for pleasure and riding to the repair shop. The financial implications are absolutely devastating for Milwaukee's bottom line. While Indian is building partnerships with cutting-edge companies like Forever Rad, creating custom masterpieces that generate millions of social media impressions and inspire genuine excitement, Harley is hemorrhaging talent, losing market share, and watching their stock price perform worse than a cryptocurrency created by a drunk teenager with a gambling addiction. The engineering philosophy difference is like comparing a Formula One team to a go-kart rental business. Indian approaches each build with the precision of Swiss watchmakers and the passion of Italian superbike engineers, while Harley's engineering department seems to be staffed by people who think innovation means adding more chrome to last year's failures and hoping nobody notices the fundamental design flaws that have plagued their motorcycles since the Carter administration. Indian's announcement isn't just about a motorcycle. It's a public execution of everything Harley pretended to represent, broadcast in 4K HDR for the whole world to witness. It proves that American motorcycle manufacturing can mean cutting-edge technology, bulletproof reliability, fair pricing, and genuine passion for the riding experience when you're not run by suits who think motorcycle culture means golf cart accessories and leather vests worn to Starbucks. Kyle Birch didn't mince words in the announcement that's probably giving Harley executives nightmares. We went all out on this build, from a raw motor on a lift to what you see now. Every bolt, every coating, every color choice was intentional. We set this bike up to be tall, aggressive, and fast. Basically, take a street bike, turn it into a race bike, but keep it comfortable, so that you can kind of have the best of both worlds. That statement should be framed and hung in every business school as an example of what customer-focused engineering sounds like. Thanks for watching. Want to watch more? Click on your screen now.